Yeah, dear student, today we will discuss about the very important topic, that is electromagnetic interactions with the atmosphere and Earth surface feature. So in the our basic class, we have already discussed about the basic meaning of the remote sensing. So in continuation of this, there is one important part, that is the remote sensing process components, how the whole remote sensing process work, and then how the data will be affected from the various hurdles that can be seen either in the atmosphere or on the Earth surface. So with this diagram, you can see there is a natural source of the energy. If you are talking about the passive remote sensing data, if you are talking about the types of the remote sensing, I have already told you the remote sensing can be divided into two parts, that is the passive remote sensing and active remote sensing. So if we are using the natural source of the energy, so that will be part of passive remote sensing, and if we are using artificial source of the energy, that will be part of active remote sensing data. So all type of radar technology will be part of active remote sensing data. So there is a source of the energy, the radiation is coming, it interacts on the surface, there is a transmission, there is a reflection process. Our satellite, which is continuously revolved around the surface, continuously rotating of the surface, and there is a receiving station. The satellite continuously sending the signals to the receiving station, and we are getting the data. Our scientists who are sitting there, they are getting the data, and they are continuously processing the data in some digital form. That the data will be in the digital form, and that digital data will be produced in pictorial form, that will be used by the interpreter, those who want to use the remote sensing data. And then during the interpretations, they can just say the meaning, they can produce the meaningful informations, either it is part of forest, or it is part of water resource, or it is part of some wasteland, any land use land common informations. So based on their objective, they can produce the various meaningful information of the surface. So with this, you can see there is the energy source or illumination, that is A, then radiation and the atmosphere interaction with the target, means that we can see there is a water body, we have agriculture area, we have wasteland, we have sandbar, we have glaciers. So when the radiation is coming, it interact through the water body, through the glacier, through the sands, or through the wasteland. So because of the characteristic of these features, so we can see the amount of energy will be reflected. So it depends on the characteristic of the Earth feature. So recording of energy by the sensor, then transmission and reception of the and the processing. There is a interpretation and analysis system, means that the interpreter, the person who have some remote sensing, who have some skill about to interpret the data related to the geospatial technology, then the data will be interpreted and then can be utilized for various applications. So this is all about your remote sensing process components. When we are talking about the interaction part, so we can see whatever the radiations are coming from the Earth surface, that radiation will be affected by the various type of atmospheric constituents, atmospheric particles available on the surface. So various type of pollens are available, various type of dust particles are available, various type of gaseous substances are available, water vapors are available. So that radiation which is coming from the sun, it interact with the vapor, it interact with the aerosol, it interact with the carbon dioxide, it interact with the dust or any atmospheric constituent. So with this effect are caused by the mechanism of scattering, absorption and reflection. So how these electromagnetic radiation will be affected? So with this process, we can see how much amount of the energy will be coming from the sun and affected with this by the interaction of these materials. This is very important diagrams through which we can see this is the overall, we can say this is a heat budget, and then you can see how the 100% of the energy is coming and how it interacts with this cloud, by the vapor, by some presence of the H2O, by the presence of ozone, by the presence of dust. So whatever energy that interact with this atmosphere, whatever energies are available, it further interact on the Earth surface. So with this, you can see there is an interaction through the water body, through the Earth surface, through the any feature which is part of the surface. Then with this, you can see the amount of energy further will be reflected. So you see, if 100% of the incoming radiation, then around 30 to 40% of the energy will be reflected. So it means what? It means around 50% of the energy will be disturbed, or you can say deviated from its original path, either through scattering method or through reflection method. This is the overall meaning of the scattering, and with this you can see this is the occur when the particle or large gaseous molecule present in the atmosphere, and when the energy interact with this particle, interact with this gaseous substance, it just deviate from its original path. So that is that process is called scattering process, and this is, you can say, that how much radiation has been scattered. It depends on the density of these gaseous layers, the density of this dust particle. So if the density of the dust particle is very high, so in that it means whatever energy is coming, it will easily deviate from its original path, and we are getting a very dull quality of the remote sensing data. But the quality of data will be very poor in that case. There are three types of scattering which take place. That is your Rayleigh scattering, Mie scattering, non-selective scattering. These are the three important parts through which we can explain about this scattering process can easily be explained on the basis of the presence as well as the characteristic of the gaseous as well as the atmospheric particles. So in the next class we will explain about the details of the Rayleigh scattering, Mie scattering and non-selective scattering. Thank you.